Welcome. This is the bird's eye view, and as always, I am here with the famous Mr. Crow.
Hey everybody, hello Duck.
Okay, so I almost said it. The vid, the vid has caused other problems in the world other than just
not being able to leave your house.
Yeah, we're not gonna, we already got one video van. We're gonna try to, okay. So we're not, let's not get into the other stuff, but so it has caused other problems. And one of the headlines that we found was an interesting one that I never even thought about.
And this one hit early on during the pandemic, but now it's hitting even harder the second time go around.
Yeah, so apparently there is a coin shortage. Quarters, nickels, dimes, and pennies are in short supply. And I was like, when I first read this, I was like, why? Nobody uses that anymore. Right?
Yeah.
Well, that's exactly the problem. That's exactly the problem. So when COVID started and everybody was at home, nobody was using cash.
Correct, yeah.
And so everybody was using Amazon or whatever and using credit cards and plastic and transfers and Venmo and PayPal and whatever all the other ones are out there. I don't even know.
They're trying to encourage you not to exchange, germs, basically,
Right. And money's just inherently dirty in general.
Dirty. Yeah.
Yeah.
No matter how much you leave it in your pocket and it gets washed, it's still dirty.
Yeah. So apparently because people aren't using cash and change, the banks and other businesses are in super short supply. In fact, banks are asking you to open up your piggy banks, and
Penny banks.
and like turn them in,
Start circulating that change jar that you have by your door that you just keep throwing your stuff in.
It's kind of an interesting problem. It's really bad for brick and mortar stores that they just don't have this change. And the banks don't have them either. That's the problem. Like the banks, you can't go to the bank and get a bunch of coins because the banks don't have the coins either.
It's really, they're saying it's because people are paying more they're using the plastic.
They're buying stuff with plastic, and so the coins aren't in circulation, aren't being circulated around. So what happens is they ended up at the end user, and they're not being turned back in.
Yeah, so. And those people who are using cash are now being hit the hardest because brick and mortar stores can't give back change. They're just like, I can't accept that. Whatever it may come. But they can't accept it.
I guess
that's crazy.
Round to the nearest dollar.
Yeah, it's an interesting issue.
Well, like if you live in places like Oregon where 99 cents is 99 cents, keep the penny for $1, that's one thing. But you live in a place like here where it's 99 cents and then you got to shell out $1.07 because of goddamn tax.
Yep.
There should be a national law that just says you have to show the final price with tax.
I wish they would. I really wish they would.
That just drives me crazy.
It's so hard to
it. Yeah.
I'm
like, oh fuck, do I have enough money?
Well, and that's the other thing too, is I don't know if it's everywhere in the US or whatnot, but here in Utah, food has one tax and the other has a different tax. So like I think our food tax, don't quote me on this because I just pay I pay plastic, I don't pay change.
Oh, so you're part of the problem.
Yeah, I'm part of the problem. I walk out of places if they're like, oh, we don't accept the cards, and I'm like, oh, okay, I don't have any money. See ya. So I walk out.
Yeah.
But we pay, I think it's like 3.5% for food tax, and then we pay, I think it's like 7% or 6% for non-food.
Huh, that's interesting. I I don't know what I just pay whatever they tell me to pay in
Exactly.
Arizona. I have no idea if it's if they have a different tax for food or not.
I should look mine up. But this actually, as I was reading through the article, though, one of the questions that I had was, is this an issue for because I know that
hold on. The boss says there's no sales tax on food in Arizona. No. Just on what's the regular purchase? 5% or something?
Like what is the percentage? It depends on what county you're in. In our county it's 8.25.
Oh. Apparently in Arizona it's by county, and here in Pima County it's 8.25% for non-food purchases.
Non-food purchases. But if you go to Green Valley, it's different.
Interesting. So there you go. So we don't have the food tax, but we can drive 8 miles away and then be in a different county, and then the tax is different. So.
Oh, jeez.
So yeah, there's that.
Yeah. So it does. We have 3% for food, like grocery stores and stuff like that. Here in Utah, we have a 3%. And it says restaurants also need to collect a 1% restaurants tax.
Oh, good Lord.
This just opened up a whole other can of worms. Yeah, that'll be for another discussion. Yeah. We pay tax.
Utah, California over there. What the hell?
Yeah, that's messed up. So yeah, I was thinking though, as I was reading this article, I was wondering, this like probably hits the older community, and I say older being nice, right? Because I feel like especially lately, I feel like I'm one of the older generations. But like my grandparents, they carry money, they carry dollar bills and change.
I always carry cash with me.
I have very little. I can pull out my wallet, and I might have, if you catch me on a good week or something like that, I may have about $25.
I always have either a $50 or $100 bill stashed somewhere, either on me or in my wallet or in my vehicle, just for.
Okay, I have. Yes, I have a stash, an emergency stash in my vehicle, that if anything ever happens, like I'm stuck in the boondocks and for whatever reason I need gas, it's kind of an emergency. Like I know people will take cash.
How far do I have to walk to make it $99 on my Uber?
Exactly. Yeah. But yeah, it's like I used to carry like a 50 in my wallet, but now I keep maybe a 10 and a 5. I really don't carry cash. So, but I wonder if this is going to be an issue.
This is actually a huge problem, and it's bad enough that the Fed convened in July 2020, months into the pandemic. The Fed convened a U.S. coin task force made up of representatives from various federal agencies, which led to a campaign encouraging the public to get coins in circulation. So the problem is they're like, well, it used to be you can't just print more money, but now you can just print more money, and it just inflation be damned. We'll just print more money, and then there you go. Now you're okay. So, but it's bad enough that the government created a task force, right? Like that's how serious it sounds funny, but it's kind of a serious thing. It's
a very serious thing, yeah.
Hurting the economy, apparently.
That is. I'm wondering if coins are going to go away in like say 20 years.
No, like they've always talked about it, but coins are like an integral part of the cash system.
But I'm starting to see that people don't carry cash. Like, look at
they do.
My young kids.
Like a lot of people still carry cash. A lot of businesses still operate with cash. Like, and here's the thing: is credit cards are more expensive than cash.
They are. There's a charge with them every time you use it. And I feel horrible when I go to.
That's why when when you're driving to the gas station, you're like, oh, dude, it's like $3.85. And then you get there and like you put your credit card in and it's like, oh, that was the cash price. Now it's $4.50.
Yeah,
they get you.
Well, I've even when I was driving through California, well, not driving through, but when I was in California last year or year before that, or I went to a gas station and just bought a drink, and they're like, "Oh, that'll be like $1.75." And I pull out my card, and they're like, "Oh, it puts an additional 50 cents. So we have to charge you additional 50 cents." I was like, "What?" So. Yeah. I usually feel pretty bad, but now that I've been
California credit card tax.
Yeah. And they do it at McDonald's in California too.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Yeah, and like
I'll stay away from that.
Like where was I can't remember. It was years ago, but depending on what credit card you had and depending on what the price of it was, because they have different fees.
It used to be, American Express, wasn't it? It was more,
something like that.
And now you come across a lot where they're like, no, we just don't accept American Express.
Yeah.
I used to, I had oh man, that was like 10, 15 years ago when I was running the paintball team. I had an American Express card. And the reason why I had the American Express card is because everybody always had me in the team, had me cover everything. So I used my card, and when they paid me back, then I would just pay my card. But I earned mileage. So all these people were driving to Vegas or California, and I'm like, thanks for paying for my mileage to fly. And that's how I did it. But it really started to come down really tough where we would go to a restaurant or something, or we'd book a hotel, and they're like, no, we don't accept American Express.
Yeah, see, I have the Venture... Capital One Venture card, which basically a Visa. It's the one for travel points.
Yeah.
So I have like half a million points saved up because last few years we haven't traveled.
Yeah. See, I wish I had that, but no. Yeah, Delta. I signed up with Delta way back in the day, and that was American Express.
All right, so stop using your damn credit cards and give coins back.
Stop being a cheapskate, man.
Or just go, like, I wonder if you can, like, you know how, like, okay, I have 6,000 rolls of coins here, you know, and they always would give you cash back. I wonder if you can be like, okay, here's all these coins, just electronically put it in my bank account. Like, can you do that? It's like, I guess you just deposit it, right? That's just a deposit.
Yeah, it's just a deposit. Yeah. Yeah, so go all those penny banks and all of your coin. Man, I have one of those.
Yeah.
I just remembered. I was like, oh man, I have a huge pause.
Perpetuate the problem. Take all your coins back to the bank and tell them to put it electronically in your account, so then you could just use your credit card and not use the.
That's what I want to do.
You just perpetuate the problem, because that's part of the problem is people are using their credit card instead of coins. I don't know how you solve it.
I'm still ready to just start using tap. Like, if you guys don't accept tap, then I'm not going to use your service.
You know, like remember, because they switched from where you used to swipe, and then the chip you could put it in there, right?
Yep.
And so I don't know how long they had the chip before I figured out how to use the chip thing on there. But it seems like now they went straight from, like, in a shorter amount of time, now they went to just tap your card, and I'm like, oh.
Tapping it. Yep.
I'm like,
yeah.
I like tap all the way around it, and like, oh, I gotta plug it in.
Where do I tap it? Where do I tap it?
Oh, I still gotta plug this one in. My bad. So,
do I need to recharge my card? It's not working. Oh man.
So
yeah.
All right. The great.
Good point.
The great vid coin shortage. So, do your part. Turn your coins in so the Fed can stop wasting money on these task forces about coins. It just seems so silly.
Yeah, no kidding. It's another amount of money that we don't need to be spent.
Where's Rand Paul talking about how much money they waste? You know, the thing is they probably, let's just say they got 8 people, right? 8 different agencies. Those people probably make $100,000 a year each.
Yep.
Sitting there talking about how do we get coins back in circulation?
Talk to your friend. Let's post socially. Let's start with these two guys on the bird's eye view.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
You'd have a hell of a lot more problems than a coin shortage if you do that. All right. Well, we're out of here. Much love all.
See you, everyone. Talk to you later.